Hello, I'm Joe. Looking out my office window. We've had some rain, but not all the rain they promised. So it's muggier and more horrible than it has been all week. But I'm not going to tell you about my sweat problems. You've all just got, ew. I'm going to start today, before I talk about what I want to talk about, with my thank yous. Normally I keep those to the end, but they're relevant to what I'm going to say later. So I have to say thank you to my friend Cindy Kreitzer, who still lives in Canada. Someone had to. I decided, no, I'm going to go elsewhere. And she recommended a Facebook page called Advice from My Mom. And the lady on that page, she lives in Saskatchewan, and she says all the things most of us wish we had the courage to say. But in having the courage to do that Facebook page, it made me realize I have the courage to do this vlog. So thank you to the Facebook page Advice from My Mom, and thank you to my friend Cindy. By the way, if you go to Facebook and you check out Advice from My Mom, which I recommend you do, be warned, it is an adult page, in as much as the language is pretty fruity. I mean, I can be a bit salty, but I'm impressed. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about, which leads on from Advice from My Mom, because the people I want to talk about today are those people too. The critics. And in particular, three sorts of critics. The hypercritic, who just, if you say something, even if you express an opinion, drill into it. You know, like a dentist after a cavity. And just won't let it go. And they just pick on the most minute detail in the most obscure word. And they just rag on it and rag on it. And you suddenly begin to realize what they're doing has nothing to do with critiquing what you've said. It's giving them an opportunity to turn it around so they can talk about what they think and what their opinion is. And the worst thing about the hypercritic is they will often pull other people in, and they'll misquote you and they'll twist what you've said. So they've not only got a platform but also an audience for what they want to say. And often what they want to say turns into a personal attack on you. Which leads me into the sniper critic. Several years ago, I read a review in a newspaper. Well, I thought it was going to be a review in a newspaper of a particular music artist I like. I'm not going to name the artist or the journalist, but within 3 sentences, what you realized is it wasn't a review of this artist's music or their performance at the concert that had been attended. This was a spiteful attack of one woman on another woman. And it was literally 800 words of just vitriol from the journalist towards the performer. And I couldn't believe, because it was a reputable newspaper, or as reputable as newspapers can get, they paid for this outpouring of venom. So the sniper critic is the one who starts out making you think they're going to talk about the work, the art, the performance, but end up doing nothing but talking about you. And finally, there is the know-all. And it doesn't matter what you say or do, or what opinion you express, this person knows better. They just know everything. And even if you present them with the evidence of your facts and your proof of what you've said, they will still find a way to be right. Now these people, you just need to sing the You're Right song. You're right, you're right, you're very, very right. Be happy and be glad, you're very, very right. And walk away. As a matter of fact, all these 3 people. Now I've got to say, I do not mind criticism if it's warranted. I do not mind having my work critiqued if the person doing it can show me why they're saying what they're saying, and how they think it will help improve what I'm doing. But the other day, and this was someone I knew was going to view my vlog just to be nasty, all they said was, I watched as much of it as I could stand, and the only word they could come up with was obnoxious. All you're doing is showing up the sort of person you are. You're certainly not showing your intelligence or your ability to think. So, after you've done the You Right dance, the best thing to do, as always with those people, smile, strike that match, burn that bridge, and walk away. And now I'm going to walk away to a drink because it's so humid and I'm so thirsty.